For most of history, people believed empires collapsed only when invaded, starved, or overthrown. But one of the greatest empires the world had ever seen, wealthy beyond imagination, flooded with gold, silver, spices, silks, and taxes from continents away, discovered the most humiliating truth a superpower can face: that you can rule half the world and still go broke, which is what happened when the Spanish Empire, flush with treasure from the New World, overflowing with bullion from Potosi, richer on paper than any civilization in Europe, Asia, or Africa, suddenly found itself unable to pay soldiers, fund ships, service interest, or even keep the royal court fed, because the very wealth that had made Spain powerful also destroyed it, creating a financial paradox where unlimited silver did not buy stability, but eroded it, flooding Europe with so much money that prices soared, wages collapsed, and the empire's economy rotted from the inside out, forcing Spain, the richest empire of the 16th and 17th centuries, to declare bankruptcy again and again, 4 times in just a few decades, each collapse sending shockwaves through the world's financial centers, bankrupting bankers in Antwerp and Genoa, freezing the bond markets of Europe, halting wars mid-battle, and showing every kingdom watching that the future belonged not to empires with gold but to nations with credit. Because while Spain relied on treasure fleets that could be sunk, stolen, or delayed, its enemies, England, the Dutch Republic, relied on paper, trust, and the ability to borrow endlessly from merchants who believed in them. And as Spain plunged deeper into debt, its treasure fleets became a curse, convincing kings that another shipment of silver would solve everything, only to discover that every new shipment made inflation worse, prices higher, and borrowing more expensive, until the empire's economy became a grotesque illusion, rich in metal, poor in everything else, unable to industrialize, unable to develop, unable to escape the trap of depending on resources instead of institutions. And the world watched in disbelief as the greatest empire of its time, the one that conquered the Americas, ruled the seas, built cathedrals, crushed rivals, and basked in unimaginable luxury, slowly suffocated under the weight of its own wealth, defaulting on debts, selling its future tax revenues to foreign bankers, pawning entire provinces as collateral, and begging for loans just to pay its army, while the Dutch, once dismissed as a tiny swamp republic, overtook Spain economically, technologically, and financially, proving that power no longer came from treasure but from credit, trust, and fiscal discipline, leaving Spain, the richest empire that had ever existed, to collapse not in fire or glory but in a quiet, pathetic accounting failure, undone by ledgers, interest payments, and basic arithmetic, a warning echoed across centuries that even the mightiest civilizations can be destroyed not by enemies but by budgets, not by armies but by debt, and not by poverty but by the illusion of wealth that blinds them to the fact that money, like empires, can disappear faster than anyone believes possible.